All right, oh man. Pops. Thank you for letting me interview you today.
Good evening.
Now I'm just this interview is about how 2020 went as a whole for you. So that's anything from the toilet paper craze to COVID to the quarantine, the lockdown that went on, the election, or even the Black Lives Matter movement. So anything that you want to touch on, go ahead. The floor is all yours.
Well, 2020 was a year, was a crazy year. There was so much going on that year. I think it started off the weirdest thing happened that started off was I think Kobe Bryant died what in
Mhm.
February?
And it was
Uh,
January, February, one of those.
January, February, one of them. And then COVID started in February or
Uh,
March.
I think it was March.
I mean, it was just every month there was something happening. And man, and then the body started dropping, and at first they didn't really understand what COVID come from. Then they started saying it came from China, came from animals, and all that stuff. And man, I didn't take it serious neither until I caught it.
Yeah.
And I caught it around like in October, beginning of November. And I stayed in the hospital like 3 or 4 days. And now I take it serious. I take COVID serious. I wear my mask. But 2020 was something else. I think in April was a tornado outbreak in, I want to say Alabama. So it was 2020 something else, man. And then we had
Yeah.
the election, Biden, Trump. Yeah, man, that's topped it off. It was so much going on, and a lot of civil unrest going
Yeah.
on with the George Floyd going on. A lot of killing, a lot of looting, rioting, and killing, and man, it was a hell of a year. So, but the thing that sticks in my head, how my family caught COVID. My wife and my children and my in-laws all us got COVID, and me and my cousin Alice was in the hospital for 3 or 4 days. She didn't make it, and I did. That was tough times. It was tough. 2020 was something that I'll never forget that year as long as I live.
Yeah, it was definitely one to remember.
Oh yeah.
What would you
Oh
say
yeah.
was the wildest
It-
part for you?
for 2020,
Yeah.
uh, catching COVID. I I don't get sick. I don't go to the hospital much. That's my first time ever spend the night in the hospital, and that's probably one of my scariest moments in my life. Yeah, it probably catching COVID because I didn't take it serious at first. I wanted people wasn't wearing their mask, and I thought, hey, I didn't think it gonna hit me, but once it did, it changed me. Changed my life, made me a believer now. So this COVID thing, keep them hands washed, wear that mask,
Yeah.
get your shots now. I got the first shot, and I'm waiting on May 14th. I'm getting my second shot, so I hope that it's what it is.
I get
Trying
mine
to
on
stay safe.
the fifth, my second one.
Hmm.
So ready to get that on out the way. I heard the second shot bad though.
Hey, you gotta gotta trust the process.
Yeah,
You know,
that's true. Yeah, that's true.
see what it's saying is working. Say everybody's getting it, and I'm gonna go through it.
Yeah.
I want to live a little longer. I ain't ready to
Agreed.
check out yet.
All right. So 2020 when COVID hit, everything kind of got shut down and closed. How was that for you? That was
Well, it didn't affect me that much because my job didn't close. My
no.
job got busier. I work for the largest retailer of the year. I mean, in the world. I'm sorry, the largest retailer in the world. Or should I say second now behind? You know, but we didn't shut down. We got more busy. We couldn't keep no toilet tissue, no paper towels, no food. It was rough. And man, you bringing back old. I'm bringing up old memories now. We worked, man. It was tough. It was tough. I ain't gonna lie. We was busy. We was
Yeah.
busy. But we was able to buy stuff too. Our store manager let us buy some stuff that we needed for the house too. It wouldn't just give it all to the customer. But she was gonna let us get some stuff too. So we were stocked up. We were stocked up.
Well, that's good. All right. So during the summer, following George Floyd's death, it was a lot of marching and movements taking place.
Hmm.
So I know you as a black male, how did that affect you? Like seeing that on TV, constantly seeing in the news, it constantly being talked about. How was that like in your mind? Explain how that was for you.
I that was something else, man. It's something you seen the cop, you know, the officer kneeing the man's throat and just sitting there with his hand in his pocket. Man, just I ain't gonna lie, I teared up a little bit, but I'm like, wow, man, he was bold with it.
Yeah,
He just sit there for 9 minutes.
it was 9 minutes.
My goodness, it was like, hey, ain't nothing gonna happen.
Nope.
9 minutes with your knee, man. I like this really happening. But
And
wow, the world got the chance to see that, man, and that was tough. You know, I'm 46 years old. I've seen a lot in my life, man, but that touched me. It hit me. It hit me hard right there. This we're living in violent country, man, and you got to watch your back. You got to
that's
watch your back. And you ain't nowhere. You ain't safe nowhere. But it's all this shooting, and I think we need gun control to a certain limit. I love my guns, and I know my Second Amendment, but man, we need some kind of control. It's the wild west out here. People just
yeah.
shooting and can't nobody fight. Everybody want to shoot, and man, it's rough, man. It's something else. Something else.
All right. Another part that I want to touch on. So we had a lot of racist rhetoric going around, coming from all kinds of sources, but the main one being the president at the time.
Hmm.
And his rhetoric just kind of trickled down into more, and it just kind of spread out, and he fueled the fires of hatred,
Hmm.
basically. And we had the Asian violence and all kind of violence against blacks, and basically, if you were non-white, you would just attack. And
Hmm.
so, how would you? I don't know. So that all mixed together, plus the election. So how did that all just that sit with you? Like just seeing all this hatred coming and amongst all these other things at the time we need to come together, how did all that hatred, seem to
It's the same old America. Ain't
you?
nothing. Same America, man. It's just coming out. Everybody knew Donald Trump from the '90s. That with the Central Park Five guys that were accused of raping this woman that's jogger in New York.
Mhm.
Donald Trump had his 2 cents in it. Talking about trying to get the boys executed. We knew Donald Trump was Donald Trump way back in the '90s, in the '80s. He didn't change a bit. He just became president. And he's Donald Trump. He's a typical rich man that don't give a damn about nobody else. Just rich folks. No, they look down on poor folks. And I wasn't surprised how Donald Trump was acting. He's no different from the other presidents we had, including Obama and the rest of them. All of them, all they want is your vote. When they get your vote, they ain't studying you.
Yeah.
Trump
So,
didn't surprise me.
on the
He been
topic of
go
Donald
ahead.
Trump in 2020, so his supporters were just fanatics, right? Basically
Yeah.
worshiping him. All right. So, his rhetoric, being sucked up by his supporters led to all kinds of things. And the biggest one was the riots that took place by his supporters. How, okay, looking at that and then seeing how they treated the movements for the Black Lives Matter, okay, how did that sit with you? Like you see Black Lives Matter met with all kinds of violence and stuff, but then you see the riots for the election and stuff met with, they basically letting them in doing what they want. How
Yeah.
did that sit with you?
Oh man, you talking about January the 6th when they rushed the Capitol.
Yeah, that was
Oh my
early this year.
goodness. Man, I thought the SWAT and the Army and the National Guard from to come and beat some heads, but it didn't happen. Then you sit back and think about Black Lives Matter kneeling on one knee and everybody getting upset and acting like they don't want. So I didn't see. I don't see Black Lives Matter. I don't see them on the same level. Cause we just protesting, friendly protesting, and we were getting grenades thrown at us, and the cops trying to whoop us, and it was like a one. I got two words: white privilege.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not trying to sound all racist, but it's different in this country, man. Is somebody says it's not, they lying.
Yeah.
It's just the way America is. America's big liars. They like to sugarcoat stuff, but man, January 6th showed me that white privilege, man. I can't say nothing else but that. That's the only two words I can say.
I think Mama put it best when she said that 2020 showed America's true colors through and through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because countless acts of violence and hatred, and you got one side trying to be peaceful and come together to try to help
Mm-hmm.
and heal the damages that's been done, but then you got a whole side just adding to it.
Hey, AJ,
Hmm.
Kaepernick was on nearly on one knee, and the Army's ranger told him to do the one knee,
Mhm.
and look how he got prosecuted. Can't even get a job, man. Can't even get a job. It's just, man, freedom of speech don't. Hey, it don't go both ways. You know,
Ellie don't.
the guys on January 6th, they call some people call them patriots. I call them terrorists.
That's what they were.
I don't see it. I don't see it. There's a double standard in this country.
A big one.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you, Fox, for letting me interview you today.
Mm-hmm.
Much obliged.
No problem.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good one.
You too.